Hey everybody, Daniel here. Today is Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. It is Hall of Fame Induction Day. We have Fred McGriff and Scott Rolen that are being inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame today. Congrats to both of them. I do believe that both deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Comment below if you think that they deserve it, if you're not sure, or if you don't think that one or either should have made it into the Hall of Fame. Fred McGriff, he made it through the Veterans Committee, and Scott Rolen was inducted by the writers. I thought this would be a great time to take my Scott Rolen and Fred McGriff cards from my star boxes that I have sorted by player and move them over into the Hall of Fame boxes that I have sorted by player. And with that, we'll run through these stacks of cards that I have for each of these two players. I do have these sorted by team, but there are duplicates in here. So first we'll start with Fred McGriff and his Blue Jays cards. So McGriff played for 6 different teams. Lengthy career. Started with the Blue Jays and had a good start to his career there. Was an all-star with the Blue Jays. Again, duplicates in here. Typically, when I move them into the Hall of Fame box, I'll go through and I will pull out duplicates. So from the Blue Jays, he went to the Padres and spent a few years in San Diego. That is typically how I think of McGriff. He had that unique kind of swing with that follow through. Put that with the Blue Jays. Again, a couple of years with the Padres. Before moving to the Atlanta Braves. And when I think of Fred McGriff, I typically think of him with the Braves. I don't know about you. Again, comment below. What team do you associate most with Fred McGriff? Do some more Braves cards. McGriff played first base. Let's see, this quote here, it says, I've won a World Series. I've won an MVP in an All-Star game. An MVP would be really nice, but it's not something that I think about right now. And off the top of my head, I don't think that McGriff ever won an MVP. But he went from Atlanta to Tampa Bay. So he started with Tampa Bay in 1998. So he was on the inaugural Tampa Bay Devil Rays team. still have a couple more teams to go. Again, McGriff played for a total of 6 teams throughout his career. So after leaving Tampa Bay, he went to Chicago and played on the Cubs. Left Chicago and went to LA. Played with the Dodgers. That was his final team. He ended his career there. So let's take a look at the back of this 2004 Topps card. You can see he did lead the league in home runs twice. Once with the Blue Jays, once with the Padres with 36 and 35. He led the league in OPS one season. So not a lot of, leading the league in a lot of different categories. But, a very solid player, to say the least. And again, the longevity. I know he ended close to 500, not quite 500. You see 491 down here. Here it shows a 285 batting average. I don't have his career statistics in front of me, but obviously a very good player for a very long time. Let's go through Scott Rolen's cards. Scott Rolen came up with the Phillies and won the Rookie of the Year with the Phillies. Scott Rolen actually played for 4 different teams. I think most people associate him with either the Phillies or the Cardinals. Comment below if you know the other 2 teams that Scott Rolen played for. But again, spent a good number of years at the beginning of his career with Philadelphia, playing for the Phillies. Played third base. So lots of Phillies cards. And then move to the Cardinals. So again, I think most widely known for his time in Philadelphia and St. Louis. I like this action shot from 2004 Topps. Again, I'll go through and I'll clear out some of these dupes. Before I move them into the Hall of Fame box that I have. Would love to do all of the Hall of Famers that I have in binders, maybe someday. But I have so many other binders that something's got to be in boxes, right? So again, all of these still with the Cardinals. spent a lot of time there. So definitely the bulk of his career was in Philadelphia and St. Louis, but he did spend some time in Toronto with the Blue Jays. So shout out to anyone who knew that he played for the Blue Jays. And he spent time in Cincinnati playing for the Reds. It's where he ended his career. So there you have it. Let's see. So this goes through 2010. So again, just looking at some of the stats later in his career, I'm not sure if he played past 2010. But here it shows a 284 batting average, lifetime batting average, 303 home runs. He was known for his defense, so multiple Gold Gloves. Again, the Rookie of the Year. So, again, congrats to both Scott Rolen and Fred McGriff. Let's put this Fred McGriff up here. Again, kind of that's the swing that I think about when I think of Fred McGriff. Congrats to both of them on being inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Hope everybody enjoys their day and the rest of the weekend. Take care.